The purpose of this video is to share information with parents about the iRead 3 test. If at any time during this video you need more time to read a slide, please press the pause button. iRead 3 has to do with Indiana House Bill 1367. The purpose of this bill is to ensure that students are able to read proficiently before moving on to fourth grade. Prior to third grade, students are learning to read. However, once fourth grade starts, they shift from learning to read to reading to learn. In order to be successful, it has been determined that students must be able to read on grade level by third grade. iRead 3 stands for the Indiana Reading Evaluation and Determination Test. This is a summative test that tests the skills that were taught from kindergarten to third grade. iRead 3 will be given the 1st of March. Attendance is very important. South Madison receives a waiver from the state to take this at a different time due to our spring break. Each school determines the exact dates of testing during the week, and they will communicate that with you. In the parent resources link that will be sent with this video as well, there is a slide that has the exact dates of this year's iRead 3. The big question is, what will happen if my child does not pass iRead 3? According to House Bill 1367, students who do not pass iRead 3 should not go on to fourth grade. Many parents ask, is this the only chance and the only option for my child to pass this test? If your child does not pass, one option is retention in third grade. However, at South Madison, we will begin remediation as soon as test results are returned in April. Those students who do not pass iRead 3 will also be invited to a 2-week summer school program in June, and at the end of those 2 weeks, they will be given a chance to retake iRead 3. There is no opt-out feature for this assessment, so all third grade students will take iRead 3. iRead 3 has many different components. If you would like to see what these look like, in the parent resources link that was sent with this video, go to this slide, click on the iRead 3 sample questions, and you will be able to see a document that was provided by the Indiana Department of Education that gives samples of the types of questions that will be asked on iRead 3. South Madison does many things to prepare students for iRead 3. We are constantly looking at curriculum and instruction, making sure that what we are teaching is aligned with the Indiana College and Career Readiness Standards. We are implementing our response to intervention programs to help students with skills that they might need work on. Teachers try various instructional strategies in the classroom, and also different programs that they try with students. In the classrooms, third grade is reviewing the curriculum. They're also making sure that students have many opportunities to practice what the testing structure will be like for iRead 3. The weekly cold reads that students take are a good example of what iRead 3 will be set up like. They also are continuing to implement our response to intervention program. They will be sharing many different strategies and ways that you can support your student, and they're constantly looking at NWEA data to see what gaps and what skills students might need to be working on. Again, if your child does not pass iRead 3, spring remediation will begin as soon as results are returned. Your student will be invited to the 2-week summer school in June, and they will be given the chance to retake iRead 3 at the end of that summer school session. As a parent, there are many things that you can do at home with your child. Reading nightly with them, making sure your child's doing at least 20 minutes of reading, going over questions that they might have missed on weekly reading tests and cold read tests, discussing with the child and asking them questions about what they've read. All of these can help prepare your child for the iRead 3 test. We found this quote that says, out of school reading habits of students have shown that even 15 minutes a day of independent reading can expose students to more than 1 million words of text in a year. This shows the power of that extra reading that students put in and how much it can improve their reading when they are exposed to vocabulary and have that practice in reading. If you have further questions about iRead 3, please contact your child's teacher or your school principal.